afternoon, everyone. Today we're having another lesson of writing in Birmingham level. So basically today is going to be about argumentative essay, as you know on your syllabus. So we're going to be starting by a definition of argumentative essay. So let's see what an argumentative essay is. An argumentative essay is a piece of writing that takes a stance on an issue. In a good argumentative essay, a writer attempts to persuade readers to understand and support their point of view about a topic by stating their reasoning and providing evidence to back it up. So here I have highlighted the word stance to pinpoint the very idea that the stance here means position. In argumentative essay, any writer takes a position. Either they're in favor of the topic or against the topic. So whatever they state as their stance or position in their introduction, they're going to back it up, they're going to support it with solid reasoning and providing evidence, to back up their stance. So argumentative essay writing is a common assignment for high school and college students like you, and generally argumentative essay topics are related to science, technology, politics, and healthcare. So how are we going to write an argumentative essay depends on our very idea of structuring our way around an essay. So this is the description to outline our argumentative essay. As you probably know, the most important part of writing a composition is to know how to outline it. So argumentative essays should have a straightforward structure so that they are easy for readers to follow. The goal of an argumentative essay is to clearly outline a point of view, reasoning, and evidence. A good argumentative essay should follow this structure. As you can probably see, I've highlighted the four major parts of an argumentative essay here. The first part, which is the most important, if you ask me, is the introductory paragraph. The first paragraph of your essay should outline the topic, provide background information necessary to understand your argument. This sentence actually is your hook or your motivator, because you're providing background information as you introduce the topic. And then you outline the evidence you will present and state your thesis. Your thesis is pretty much about your argument, what you believe is right concerning the topic. So the thesis statement here deserves attention separately. This part is your first paragraph. It is a concise one-sentence summary of your main point and claim. Here you have to put forth your claim to the reader as they understand your way around the composition. So the body paragraphs, as you are clearly familiar with at this point, is a typical argumentative essay comprises 3 or more paragraphs that explain the reasons why you support your thesis. Each body paragraph should cover a different idea or a piece of right evidence and contain a topic sentence that clearly and concisely explains why the reader should agree with your position. So whatever you state as your position or stance in your argumentative essay, you're going to give a topic sentence to elaborate and to support it. Body paragraphs are where you back up your claims with examples, research, statistics, studies, and text citations. Address opposing points of view and disprove them and explain why you disagree with them. Presenting facts and considering a topic from every angle adds credibility and will help you gain a reader's trust. This is very important here, as you can probably guess. When you are putting forth an argument in your topic sentence, it is important how you're going to go about, supporting it, packing it up. So what is of most importance here is how you support your topic sentence with supporting sentences. Your idea, your argument is of no importance here. Whether you're against the topic or you're for the topic, it doesn't matter here at this point. So, conclusion. One paragraph that restates your thesis and summarizes all the arguments made in your body paragraphs. Rather than introducing new facts or more arguments, a good conclusion will appeal to a reader's emotions. In some cases, writers will use a personal anecdote explaining how the topic personally affects them. This is pretty much what we have been discussing so far in different types of essay, like clarification essay, opinion essay. So it's important that you add a summary of the points made in your body paragraphs. Then you add some flavor as the clincher or finisher of your conclusion. This will signal to the reader that you are wrapping up your way around the composition. So, how to develop a thesis in an argumentative essay is very important, and it is basically the heart of your essay, as we discussed before. So let's see what the thesis in an argumentative essay is. Your thesis statement is only one sentence long, but it's the most important part of your argumentative essay. The thesis appears in your introductory paragraph, summarizes what your argumentative essay will be about, and primes the reader for what's to come. Here, the reader will figure out or would have an idea of what is going to be followed in the rest of your composition. These steps will help you get your points across clearly and concisely, because when the reader is going to read your thesis statement, he or she can probably guess what the content of your essay is going to talk about. So, let's see how we could achieve a reasonable thesis. So, I've outlined 3 steps here. These steps are paramount importance, actually. We have broken down into different components to help the reader understand how to structure and organize a thesis around an argumentative essay. So, the first step is to turn the topic into a question and answer it. You set up a big question in the title of your essay, or within a first few sentences, then build up to answering that question in your thesis statement. For example, in your title or introduction, you could pose the question, what is the best type of sandwich? For example, the best type of sandwich is the type of argument that you're putting forth at the topic of your argumentative essay, and then an answer with your thesis statement would be, the best type of sandwich is peanut butter and jelly. This method is effective because intriguing questions can draw readers in and encourage them to keep reading to find the answer. So by this one, probably your reader is going to guess or predict what your topic is going to be about. So the second stage of outlining a thesis is to state an argument and then refute it. Refute here means to reject the idea, to deflect the idea, to, for example, disprove what, for example, the thesis is claiming. For example, if the thesis is saying that the best type of sandwich is probably peanut butter and jelly, you're going to disprove it, you're going to add ideas, you're going to support your stance or position against the topic. So, you introduce an idea that contrasts with your belief and immediately explain why you disagree with it. For example, while some people believe peanut butter and jelly sandwiches are too simple, they're versatile sandwiches that you can easily turn into a meal, this method is effective because it uses evidence and immediately demonstrates your credibility. So, you see, the point here is how you can back it up, how you can support your claim. Then you briefly outline your main points. This is something that I have been referring to as the blueprints of your thesis statement or your introduction. It is optional to include them, but it is up to you as an individual who goes about the writing process. So, introduce your main point and explain how you'll back it up. For example, you can turn a peanut butter and jelly sandwich into a meal by using bread, toasting the bread, and adding additional toppings. This method is effective because it gives the reader a clear idea of everything you'll discuss in your essay. It also serves as a roadmap to help keep you organized and on track. So one of the advantages of having a clear thesis statement is not only limited to your reader, it sometimes helps you keep on track while you're resuming your composition around an argumentative essay or any type of essay, actually. So, let's try an example here to see how our ideas, how our definition of an argumentative essay would fit the description of this example, for example. So, as online learning becomes more common and more and more resources are converted into digital form, some people have suggested that public libraries should be shut down, and in their place everyone should be given an iPad and an e-reader subscription. So the part that I've highlighted in red is probably the thesis statement. So I've tried to separate it from the hook or the motivator for you to understand what a thesis statement would feel like in such an example. So I've clearly stated the stance or position here that some people, maybe not me as the reader, but some people at least believe that public libraries should be shut down because they could be replaced by an iPad and an e-reader subscription. Okay? So, here in the body 1, I'm going to support my first belief in the outline, Proponents of this idea state that it will have local cities and towns money. It could save local cities and towns money because libraries are expensive to maintain. This is clearly an idea that everybody could believe in because, you know, as maintenance is concerned, I know libraries are time and, for example, costly in terms of, you know, maintaining. So they also believe it will encourage more people to read because they won't have to travel to a library to get a book. They can simply click on what they want to read and read it from wherever they want. So they could also access more materials because libraries won't have to buy physical copies of books. They can simply rent out as many digital copies as they need. So this is the topic sentence, and I've clearly supported it with different reasons and examples in our body paragraph 1. So let's move on to the second body paragraph. Second body paragraph takes a shift, actually, because I'm starting the body paragraph with the word or conjunction, however. However, as you probably know, kind of shows a type of contrast. So it implies a contrast with its preceding paragraph, with its previous paragraph. The previous paragraph discussed the advantages of online learning, but here it's going to refute that idea. So my body paragraphs are a mix of for and against the topic. So, however, it would be a serious mistake to replace libraries with tablets. First, digital books and resources are associated with less learning and more problems than print resources. A study done on tablet versus book reading found that people, this is actually a kind of research to back up my stance on the topic. A study done on tablet versus book reading found that people read 20 to 30% slower on tablets, retain 20% less information, understand 10% less of what they read, and compare to the people who read the same information in print. Additionally, I'm going to add an idea here, so I'm using a conjunction of addition. Additionally, staring too long, staring means looking at something for long periods of time. Staring too long at a screen has been shown to cause numerous health problems, including blurred vision, dizziness, dry eyes, headaches, and eye strain at much higher instances than reading print does. People who use tablets and mobile devices excessively means more than necessary, excessively also have a higher incidence of more serious health issues such as shoulder and back pain, carpal tunnel syndrome, and muscle strain. I know that whenever I read from my e-reader for too long, my eyes begin to feel tired and my neck hurts. We should not add to these problems by giving people, especially young people, more reasons to look at screens. So this body paragraph of mine is going to reject the idea or refute the idea of for the topic. What was the topic? The topic was that this type of traditional way of learning should be replaced by online learning using iPads and different types of digital media. So in body paragraph 3, there is an interesting point I have made here. I've used the conjunction of second. This cohesive device actually is going to add some idea to its previous paragraph. The previous paragraph was against the topic, so probably this one is against the topic as well. So I have given 2 body paragraphs against the topic and 1 body paragraph for the topic. So let's read it together. Second, it is incredibly narrow-minded to assume that the only service libraries offer is book lending. So this is the topic sentence. The topic sentence is then going to be supported by reasons and example or statistics, research, different types of studies to back it up. So libraries have a multitude of benefits. Multitude means a number of benefits, and many are only available if the library has a physical location. Some of these benefits include acting as a quiet study space, giving people a way to converse. It means to talk, to have a conversation, to converse with their neighbors, holding classes on a variety of topics, providing jobs, answering patron questions, and keeping the community connected. One neighborhood found that after a local library instituted community events such as playtimes for toddlers, means very small children, and parents, job fairs for teenagers, and meeting spaces for senior citizens, over a third of residents reported feeling more connected to their community. So it brings out a kind of feeling of community or connectedness. Similarly, a survey conducted in 2015 found that nearly 2/3 of American adults feel that closing their local library would have a major impact on their community. People see libraries as a way to connect with others and get their questions answered. Benefits tablets cannot offer nearly as well or as easily. So this is my last body paragraph. So I have put forth 3 different arguments, 2 against the topic and 1 for the topic. So here in the conclusion paragraph, or the concluding paragraph, I'm going to wrap it up. I'm going to sum up all the points made in the body paragraph as a summary. Then I'm going to add a finisher or clincher to wrap it up to finish my composition. So while replacing libraries with tablets may seem like a simple solution, it would encourage people to spend even more time looking at digital screens despite the myriad issues surrounding them. It would also end access to many of the benefits of libraries that people have come to rely on. In many areas, libraries are such an important part of the community network that they could never be replaced by a simple object. So, as you can probably see in the last sentence, which is kind of the clincher or finisher I've added here, I have totally, I've totally stated my stance or my position in favor of the topic of, for example, going on with the traditional libraries. So, you can probably see that I have made a summary here. Then I have added a clincher, a finisher, to add some spice to my composition. Then it is going to signal the reader that my writing is going to be over here anytime soon. So, as you probably know on the syllabus, it's going to be homework for this week. Should smoking be banned in public places? Discuss. This is the topic, this is the argument that you're going to discuss. It doesn't matter whether you're for the topic or you're against the topic. What here matters most is that you're going to support your idea, you support your claim. For example, if you're against the topic, you're going to support why. If you're for the topic, you're going to, again, elaborate on your reasons why you're against the topic. So guys, I hope you enjoyed today's lesson. Thank you very much for staying with us. I wish you a very good week. Stay tuned. Thank you so much.